Hey everyone, Mick Manhattan here, and welcome back to Classic Film Review on the Snobs channel. Today's episode is extra special. We're celebrating the 50th anniversary of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, one of the most important films ever made. And before we dive in, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to our Patreon supporter Bronson Wright Wolf, who requested this review. Bronson, you picked a true masterpiece. Let's honor it properly. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest tells the story of Randall P. McMurphy, a rebellious criminal who fakes insanity to escape prison labor, only to land in a mental institution ruled by the iron will of Nurse Ratched. Inside, McMurphy inspires the other patients to rediscover their humanity, defying control and conformity in a system built to crush individuality. It's a story of rebellion, compassion, and the cost of freedom, themes that still hit hard 50 years later. Filmed on location at the Oregon State Hospital, the production used real patients and staff to heighten the authenticity. Director Miloš Forman, a Czech filmmaker fresh off exile from his home country, saw the story as a metaphor for resistance against authoritarian control, something deeply personal to him. Jack Nicholson's electric performance came from total immersion. He stayed in character for weeks, keeping that unpredictable energy alive on set. Louise Fletcher, meanwhile, portrayed Nurse Ratched with chilling restraint, a quiet menace that made her one of cinema's greatest villains. A fun fact about this one, the actors lived in the ward during filming, attending therapy sessions to capture the true rhythm of institutional life. That realism helped the film become lightning in a bottle. When Cuckoo's Nest released on November 19, 1975, it was an instant critical and cultural sensation. It went on to win 5 major Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Adapted Screenplay, joining an elite club with It Happened One Night and The Silence of the Lambs. Critics called it a triumph of heart and humanity. Audiences connected deeply. It wasn't just a film, it was a movement. The story sparked nationwide conversations about mental health, freedom, and the dehumanizing effects of institutions. 50 years later, One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest still stands as one of the greatest films ever made. It's ranked among the top 20 films of all time by the AFI and preserved in the National Film Registry. The performances remain untouchable. Nicholson's McMurphy became the definitive symbol of rebellion, while Fletcher's Nurse Ratched became a cultural shorthand for tyranny in a white uniform. The film paved the way for more honest, emotional portrayals of mental health and helped change the way Hollywood looked at the human condition. Every frame still feels alive, raw, emotional, and real. For me, One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest is a perfect film. It's about courage, compassion, and the cost of individuality. It shows us that rebellion isn't chaos, it's survival. And 50 years later, that message still matters. Huge thanks again to Bronson for choosing this incredible film. Your pick reminded us why great cinema never dies. Thanks for watching this classic film review on One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest here on the Snobs channel. If you love revisiting the film classics, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe button, and join our Patreon for behind-the-scenes content, giveaways, and more. All our links are in the description below, at the Snobs over at Letterboxd and all social media platforms to follow us there. I'm Mick Manhattan, and as McMurphy would say, sometimes the only way to stay sane is to go a little crazy. Thanks again, Bronson. We appreciate it. Happy 50 years to this movie. Remember, everybody, take care of yourselves. That's important. Be kind, rewind, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.